Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nisha Singla, and in today's session we are going to cover a very important interview coding question that asked most of the time during interview, and we miss to answer it because we don't understand the concept properly or we don't understand the requirement properly. So let's understand about the problem statement first, and then we see how we can solve that. Now what exactly we need to do? Suppose we have a loop that is starting from 1 and going up to 10, and now what exactly we need to do? For every iteration we want to delay our console. So we want to display the value of I on console after a delay of I seconds. So if the value of I is 1, then I need to delay my console for 1 second, and if the value of I is 2, then I want to wait for a 2 second, and in the same manner when the value of I will be 10, I need to wait for 10 seconds. So this is the problem statement, and now you can pause this video for a moment and you can think about like how you can solve this issue. So before starting with this session, I want to tell you about the Hirect. The frustration of not finding the right job is too much to handle. And if you are a job seeker, you know what I'm talking about. The pressure of looking for a job, endless interview, etc. It bothers people more when they have the right skill set but are having a hard time to find the right job. But don't worry anymore. With Hirect, it is finally getting easy. Yes, you heard it right. It is a direct hiring platform. Here you can directly chat with team leaders and HR managers and get hired. That too without any middleman. Don't wait anymore. Try Hirect now. More than 1,50,000 companies are already hiring there. So to find a job, you don't have to do anything. Just click on the link given in the description box and install the app. Then create a profile by answering the given question, and the algorithm of the app will match you automatically with the relevant job profile. And don't worry about the data privacy because Hirect never share your personal detail with any recruiter without your permission. So click on the link in the description box and switch to the job that you always wanted on Hirect. So now let's see how we can solve this problem statement. So first let's see how we can use setTimeout here, and we will try to find out whether it will work or not. Suppose we have a function with the name of test, and at the end somewhere we are going to call this function. Now our requirement was we will have a loop, right? So let's create a loop that will start from 1 and it will go up to 10, and we will increment it by 1. Now if you think that if I do something like this, set timeout, and set timeout takes one callback function, right? And second argument of set timeout function is the time for which you want to delay. So I want to delay for an example, suppose I want to say 1 second, right? And if I do something console.log, first of all try to understand what output you will get at this point. And I have maybe some statement here. And some statement at the end. So can you guess what result you will get here? Now if you are thinking that you will get started and then it will display 1 to 10 and then display ended, then you might not correct, right? Because these are the synchronous code, but we all know that set timeout is asynchronous. So in that case my for loop will not wait for the set timeout. It will execute my statement synchronously, and set timeout will display this result somewhere later. So when you run this code, you will notice that it will first print started and then ended and then 11. Now this is also again a confusion why it is displaying 11, because we all know that here we have used var keyword, right? And due to closure, my inner function is remembering the scope of my outer variable. So when my code will execute, it will first print started, then when the value of I is 1, it will come inside this loop. As set timeout is a asynchronous code, so it will execute later. By the time my for loop will complete up to 10, when the value of I will become 11, in that case my for loop will exit, and then sometime later this time will expire and console.log will display the value of I. As it is creating a closure, the value of I will be 11, and that's why it is displaying 11 10 times. If you change it to let, then you will see you will get 1 to 10, because we know that let create a block scope, right? So my closure will have a value of I every time a new value. It's not pointing to a same reference. So this is about closure and all. I have already explained it in a separate video. You can take a look. But now here the point is not this. The point is the execution. So you can notice here, first of all, it is not executing in a synchronous manner. It is saying started and then ended, and then it is displaying this one. So now my requirement is, instead of 1000 millisecond, I need to wait for I second. So value of I is 1, then I have to wait for 1 second, and when the value of I is 2, I need to wait for 2 seconds. So in that case I can do something like this, but again it will not work. So now let's understand the problem here. So the problem is the for loop don't wait for your async actions. Set timeout alone can't handle this. You need something who can wait for your set timeout to finish and then move to the next iteration. So when the value of I is 1, I need to first execute my set timeout and then it should move to the next iteration. But here we can see it is not waiting. It is executing separately as it is a asynchronous code, and this is executing separately as it is a synchronous code. So that's why it is not working. So now we have to delay the execution of next iteration from I1 to 2 till the time my set timeout is not resolved. So for that, what you can do? We all know that we have promises also that we use to handle the asynchronous action, right? But in promises we have resolve that basically execute when your promise got resolved. So here we can take a help of promise to solve this problem statement. So now what we can do, suppose I am creating one function and let's give it a name of delay, and here I am returning a new promise. And this promise can return resolve. As of now I am just considering only resolve, but you can also consider the negative scenario, but here we don't need that. So inside this resolve, now we need to use this set timeout. So whatever we are doing inside this for loop, now we can take it from here and we can put it inside my resolve. So here I need this value of I as well, right? So that I can take it as a parameter. And now from here we need to call our promise. So what we can say, that delay for I. So when the value of I will be 1, I am passing that value to my delay function. That delay function will return a promise and which will get resolved after this milliseconds. And from here, now I need to resolve with the value of I. This is a simple promise concept, right? Now in this result, what we will expect, it will again return a promise to me. So if I try to do a console.log and let's see, are we getting the result now? So when you run this one, you will notice like it is synchronous somehow. We are getting started and we are getting ended, but still my promise is not settled. My promise is still in a pending state. So here we are getting our result, but still it is not what we are expecting, right? With promise, you can see here my promise is still not resolved and it is not waiting. It is just executing immediately without waiting or without checking my promise is resolved or not, right? And we know that we have then method to handle this in promise. So if I do something like this result dot then, so in that case now what is happening? It is again not what we are expecting, right? It is displaying started and ended, and you can see this timer is working properly. Now it is waiting, but again it is not in a synchronous manner. It is not waiting for my promise get resolved. It's directly coming to the ended. So in that case, this is again not what we are expecting. So still we didn't get the proper solution. Now the problem still is we have to wait for this statement also, and then only we have to come to this point. I will explain one real life scenario with this problem so that you can relate why it is important. Although you will say we are getting the answer, right? But sometimes we want to come to this statement only when your complete promise got resolved. So in that case, this then cannot help you, because with then the rest of the function will continue to execute, but JavaScript won't execute then callback until the promise settle. So in that case, again, it is not executing in a proper way. So to solve this problem, you need to make the loop wait for a asynchronous action to complete, and this is possible with the help of async and await. This is again a synthetic sugar, right, on top of promises. But to solve this problem, we can use async await. So your loop needs to wait for the asynchronous task to complete on each round of the for loop. So to make this happen, mark your function as asynchronous with the help of async keyword and place an await keyword in front of action you want to wait for. That's just a small change you have to do. So first let's get it from this one. And now we have to make this function as a async function. So you just need to put async keyword here. And second, for which you want to delay or for which you want to wait for, before that you need to use await keyword. So now I want to wait till the time this promise don't get settled for every iteration. So now when you display this result, this will wait till the time your promise don't get settled for every iteration. So first let's run this code and let's see, are we getting the expected result now? So you can see first started, then 1 and 2, then 1, 2 and 3. So now it is waiting for I number of seconds, and this is what we are expecting, right? So it will go up to 10 seconds for the last iteration. So at the end it will display ended. So all you have to do, you just need to put async before this function name, and wherever you want to wait, I want to wait when my I is 1 and I want to wait to move to the next statement before I get my result. So you just need to put await keyword. So till the time for this particular value of I, till the time this is don't get resolved, it will not move to the next statement, and at the end it is coming to ended. So this is how you can somehow make your code looks like it is executing synchronously with the help of async and await. So async, await and then are very similar, right? But the difference is that in the async function, JavaScript will pause the function execution until the promise settle. But with the help of then function, the rest of the function will continue to execute, but JavaScript won't execute the then callback until the promise settle. And we have seen both of the scenarios. So I hope you got this, and this is quite useful in projects where we need to wait for async action to settle before doing anything. Now let's take an example that will show you how practically you can use that. The code will remain same, right? Now suppose we have a list of users to whom we need to send an email, right? And now we need to send the email one by one. And at the end we have to display a message, or we want to do something like all emails are sent to the users. So in that case I need to wait till all the emails are sent. So how we can do that? Let me quickly show you with setTimeout, and then again I will use a delay function. So suppose we have a list of users. So suppose we have an array, and here we have list of email IDs to whom I need to send my email. Now I have one function that will send email, and I will use for loop just to iterate to all email IDs, right? So I can say for of loop here, and if I say again set timeout, and if you see what's the problem here with this code, then we'll see how you can solve that with the help of async await. So I said after 1000 millisecond or after 1 second I want to send an email to every user, and once all the users got the mail, or we have sent the email to all the user, at the end I want to display a message like email sent to all the users, something like that. Okay. Now here what I need to do, I need to say console.log, and I have some message, so I can use this backtick syntax, and I say email sent to this particular user, and at the end we can call this function. So when you run this one, I hope you got the problem. You will see First, it is just saying send emails to all the users and then it is sending, which is ideally not correct, right? I need to first send my email to all the user and then I need to display this send email to all the users. So this is again the same problem statement, but this is not correct, right? Ideally, we have to wait till the time all emails are sent to the user and then only you should send a confirmation like email is sent to all the user. So here also the problem statement is saying I have to delay my execution till the time all emails are not sent and then only it should come to the this statement. So I hope now you understand how we can use async await to solve this problem. So now also we are going to create one delay function. So for that you can use the same delay function here because it will remain same. Now we are not waiting for this number of millisecond. It would be simple after 1000 milliseconds and I need to resolve. So after every 1000 millisecond I need to display this email sent to user. So it means I need this user variable, so which I can pass from this function call. I can get it from this one from here, and this function I need to make as a async function. So let's put async keyword, and here I will wait for the confirmation first with the help of await keyword for a particular user to send the email. And let's print this confirmation. So now you will notice that this statement will wait till the time all users don't get this message like email sent. So let's try. So here you will notice after every 1000 millisecond it is sending the emails to each users, and at the end once all the promises are settled, only then it is displaying me this message like send email to all the users. So this type of things you have to handle in the real life projects. So I hope you understood the concept, and this is about how to handle the async code inside a for loop where you need to wait for async action to be settled before jumping to the next statement. So this is quite logical, right? We are using all the concepts here. We are using setTimeout, we are using promises, we are using await and delay, right? And this is quite important, and this is asked by most of the companies in the interviews. So you make sure that you got the concept and you can practice with your requirement. But if you understood the concept clearly how these things are working, then you can solve any use case. Thank you guys for watching this video till the end. If you are also believe in directly asking for anything and everything that looks for job and get hired on the direct hiring platform Hirect. Here you can chat directly with the team leaders and HR managers over 1,50,000 companies without any middleware. So click on the link given in the description below, because Hirect hai to direct hai. This is all about today. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.